Well, we're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Front Row Wrestling Podcast. I am Mr. KS. Down below, that is Chris. And look who we found. Look who we found. We found Rob.
How's it going?
I don't know if we found him, broke him out of jail, or rescued him from some whorehouse. I don't know. But he's back.
All of the above.
Hey, it's a long story, all right. No, it's been a tough summer, man. I've been really ran through. Just been busy.
Yeah, it's a tough summer for Rob. You know, he's out there. He's having the time of his life. He's got to factor in work schedule and time on his yacht. And
yeah, but I only get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. You know, I'm working my ass off on Saturdays. I assure you of that.
Sunburnt from sipping champagne on a lake, and out there with his beautiful wife, just living life.
It is a privileged life. I'm not gonna lie.
He's sucking toes and eating strawberries.
None of that stuff. I'm not a weirdo.
No,
anymore.
Well,
or any less.
Nothing I'll admit to. How about that?
Okay.
In knowing Rob, he's admitted to a lot. So there you go.
I have. I'm a pretty honest man.
Take that what you will.
So I love you guys. I missed you all, dude. And it pained me, to see the ratings without me. So no, but no, and today, I'm glad I was able to come today because we got big show, and man, it's a lot of things I definitely need to get off my chest. So
I just want to know why. I just want to know why it is while he was gone, why my percentage didn't go up at all. What happened to that? I mean, apparently y'all were making all this money, right? And like my percentage is like real small.
Cut. You're talking about the cuts.
My cut. Yeah.
Why I got a guaranteed cut.
Oh, you're one of them Kevin Nash things.
You've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Yeah.
No, hey man, Tuco, man, if you cut my wages, man, my aim gets off. Ray need to keep me happy.
I am not in charge of anybody's finances. The deal you made is the deal you made.
Yeah, seriously, man. Gotta have lawyers for this shit.
I'll tell you what, no complaints have come across my desk. So unless something comes in writing, I can't do anything. I'm not in the habit of just walking around handing out stacks of money.
Let me write this down. Hold on.
Have your people call somebody that works for me. I don't know. So guys, we got a couple things to talk about today. Some good stuff and some bad stuff. We lost 3 people this week. It's kind of like I was telling y'all before we came on. Like as soon as I log into anything, open up a phone or anything, it's like somebody's dead. I'm like, good Lord, like who's next?
Yeah.
But we had Malcolm Jamal Warner, we had Ozzy, and we had Hulk Hogan. So
it's like a big chunk of our childhood right there.
Absolutely, man. Theo Huxtable, man. What was it? The Garland Trail, man. That episode where he wore that ridiculous shirt.
The shirt.
Gordon Gartrell.
Gordon Gartrell. Yeah.
Let Denise make him the shirt. Didn't turn out so well.
He a lot of people, everyone knows him from the Cosby Show, but he did he been at a bunch of, he was like in a lot of independent movies. You'd play, oh man, that's the dude, that's Theo. And then he also biggest role he probably had recently was he played opposite Cuba Gooding Jr. Dude, he was AJ Cowlings, AC Cowlings to OJ Simpson in the OJ Simpson miniseries. He did a real good job at it.
Yeah, and he was a talented musician too. Like, dude can play the bass, bro.
I didn't know that, but since
he won a Grammy for it.
It's just weird. I had no idea that he was a musician. I swear.
I didn't. I didn't either. Didn't he take his hand at directing or something, or producing as well?
Yeah, he won an Emmy for directing, and he
did a lot. And like I said, he did a bunch of independent movies, movies you'd watch, and there would be some character, and you'd be like, oh, that's fucking Theo. That happened, but it wouldn't be like a major motion. It wouldn't be like something at the movie theaters per se. But I gotta just say, dude, it's kind of like, you guys see there's a lot of similarities in this case, from Shad Gaspar a couple years back, dude. he drowned in Long Beach or like in LA somewhere, saving his son, and it kind of sounded like this kind of almost the exact same thing.
Well, he was playing with his daughter on the beach, and then he went out with his friend and left his daughter on the beach, and then his friend made it back, but he got swept out. So
he got caught up in like a riptide or something like that.
Yeah, and there's riptides.
You gotta something, man.
Even the best of swimmers sometimes don't make it out of those. Those are tough to get out of.
Yeah, you can't swim against it. You have to like swim to the side of it or diagonal.
Yeah,
you can't.
Right.
I'm not this big conspiracy theorist or nothing like that, but I just know, and we were talking before we came on about the heat. This heat is hotter than what it was when we were kids going out. We stayed outside all day, bro. Yeah. Like how many times driving through the neighborhoods? How many times do you see kids just outside playing now? Whether it's because they got electronics or because it's just too damn hot. It wasn't this damn hot when we were just 20, 30 years ago in the summer. Like it feels like it's 110 every day now.
Yeah, and it's not even 100. Like I said, where I live in northern Idaho, it was like only 87 degrees today at its highest point in the day. But at 11 o'clock, I would have sworn it was 100. I mean, it was like pounding.
So with the heat and the climate and going out there and swimming in these waters, and more you hear about people just getting swept up in riptides, man. Stay on the beach, bro. Stay on the beach.
Like I told y'all earlier the other day, I worked like 2 or 2.5 hours outside, and I felt like I'd been in a swimming pool, but without the benefit of cooling off.
Right? Yeah, it's man. All this crazy stuff, and it's just rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Then we had Ozzy, which is kind of eerie. He did that concert 2 weeks ago, and then it's almost like he kind of knew he was going.
I don't know if it a couple of days before, so it's like I watched it. He had done it a week or so prior, and then dude, he's gone.
Right. And I don't know if I told you guys or not, but the day that he died, of course I didn't. I was on my way to work, and I was listening to my rock playlist, and the last song that played in my car before I got out was "Bark at the Moon," Ozzy Osbourne.
Wow.
And then I hear around lunchtime, someone's like, "Oh, Ozzy passed away." I'm like, "What?"
That's crazy.
I got, ties to Ozzy, in the sense that, in 1986, 87, when I went to junior high, like one of the first heavy metal albums I ever heard. I was like from California, dude. So I went like living in this preppy kind of area of town, and everyone listened to rap music. We're all listening to Too Short, Two Live Crew, all that shit, And so what we moved, and I went to another high school, and I met my best friend Wade. And I went on to be in a band and learn to play guitar, and it's like something I really love to do. And a lot of that's because my buddy Wade introduced me to Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin album. That was the first Ozzy Osbourne album I ever heard. Killer Giants, Ultimate Sin. That was my two favorite songs of his. And they were on that album. So he definitely had an impact on my life, him and his guitar players.
I never had a Ozzy album, but I've heard Ozzy. What I'm saying? He was one of those musicians in the Black Sabbath band. Y'all know I'm into rap, and I dabble in music production. Like some of his stuff,
iconic riffs. Iconic
riffs.
Iron Man.
Some of the drumming has been sampled by and then bringing over to wrestling. Iron Man, like you just mentioned, with the Road Warriors. I mean, that's my favorite tag team. That when you hear that song hit and see the Road Warriors come out, I mean, if you hear that expression, the Road Warrior pop, like, dude, that's Ozzy.
Yeah.
So
Did you guys watch? Do you guys see the? I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched clips. And I mean, there was anybody that you like in music was fucking at that concert paying tribute to him, man.
Oh yeah, like I say, he's a multicultural artist. Like his Ozzy, the character, just him transcended. He wasn't just a rock guy. He like everybody fucked with Ozzy. Like he was respected all across the board. So
Yeah, my parents, dude, I remember when I first started putting up the heavy metal posters and stuff, dude, my dad come in there and go, yeah, that guy's a devil worshiper, man. What do you, that was like, he had done that Geraldo special and he was featured on it, of heavy metal destroying America and stuff like that.
We all remember the infamous biting the head off the back,
Yeah, just he's devil, he's evil, he's satanic. And for him to go from that to being like, look at like the parody of like parable of like not parable, but the parallels between him and like Bill Cosby. Both were like icons in the 80s. One was wholesome and one was like a demon possessed person. And look where they went. Like Ozzy was the beloved grandpa. And Cosby's Cosby.
Dude, that reality show with Cosby and the family, bro. Like that was. I'm not gonna lie. I had to watch that. That was some of the funniest shit I ever seen in my life.
The Osbournes.
Can you still hear him yelling his wife's name?
Sharon!
Yes.
What the fuck? The fuck?
And God bless that woman, bro. Like that's a ride or die wife, bro. She didn't. I don't know too many people that would have stuck with Ozzy. You know what I'm saying? Too many women would have stuck with a guy like that.
There's rumors. She did her own thing.
Well, whatever she did it, she didn't. She still held Ozzy down. So
Yeah, true that. True that.
Julie's in the Facebook chat. She says there's an Ozzy song he did for WWE. It was catchy, but she's not sure of the name. Do you guys remember what that is?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Did a song for Ozzy?
She said, and there's an Ozzy song. That I guess a song from Ozzy Osbourne that he did for WWE. She's saying it's catchy, but she's not sure of the name.
It was Parasite for Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Generals got War Pigs.
War Pigs. It was all was War Pigs song.
That, but he did another one too. He did two of
them. I started saying they may have used War Pigs, but he made another song altogether. Parasite. You said right?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to check that out. You learn something new every day, Ray.
War Pigs is one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs, though. That and Iron Man. That's the two favorites I have. That
is the first Ozzy song I ever learned how to play on guitar.
Another song that transcended. Like it wasn't just for rock heads. Everybody knows that song, bro.
Yeah.
And then the third, they say it comes in threes, but the reason we do a podcast. And I'm gonna speak my piece, and I'm gonna let everybody speak their piece about the whole situation. But Hulk Hogan passed away this week, so like I said, it's take away everything that happened after you became a wrestling fan, whether directly or indirectly. He's the reason we're wrestling fans right now. So I'll say, like as a kid, like y'all know I watched wrestling because of my grandma. My grandma, at my grandma's house, it was every time wrestling was on, she had it on. And my first wrestling match I went to go see was Hogan. It was Hogan and
but you said Bundy or Morocco.
No, Hogan and Hillbilly Jim versus Bundy and Stud.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, it was a tag team match, and Bundy just splashed him. They carried Hulk. Well, they tried to carry him out on the stretcher, and he wouldn't get up. And they took him back, and he came back, and the whole thing. So I'm hooked ever since. As we get older, Hulkamania, then the infamous WrestleMania 3, then the match with Slaughter, and the whole Mega Powers thing, the thing with Zeus. Just look, I will still watch No Holds Barred, bro. It's
not the worst. It's in this era of television and movies. It ain't the worst thing out there.
I don't know whether I watch it because it's a shitty ass movie, or I watch it because it's like I had when
we watch it because we watch it because of Hulk Hogan and because of our attachment to wrestling and everything. And who did I call on when I wanted someone to do that episode on my show with me? Who did I call on? Mr. KS.
There you go. But I mean, back then we didn't know, like we knew it wasn't a great movie, but we weren't like, this is a shitty movie. We didn't realize how shitty it was till we got older, but
we didn't. I didn't. I was like, it was kind of one of those ones, it's like, it was like your friends would be over and it'd be like, well, you want to watch No Holds Barred? And they're like, nah. That's Porky.
I ain't gonna lie. I had it on video cassette, bro. I had it on VHS.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it introduced us to a Debo, dude. There would be no time. There'd be no Tiny Lister without Zeus.
Hey, there you go.
I remember, never forget when he showed up, and I was like, "That's the dude from the movie." And then he's all like, "Hulk Hogan, Beefcake Baba, we are going to destroy you." With one eye going this way.
That was the whole promo. And then the shoes kind of made him taller than what he was, because he wasn't really.
They were like this fucking
stacks in the shoes, but no, and then
he was so stiff, dude.
I think I might have only seen Suburban Commando once. I don't think I had seen.
I don't know. I think I took a pass on that one, brother. Didn't work for me.
Once was enough, bro. I think I watched it out of curiosity.
I think I was getting into those teenage years, and the comedy, the slapstick comedies weren't doing it anymore.
Dude, look, I don't know if I ever told you this. So I found out about Three Ninjas in the movie theater. Like, you go to movies, they show the previews and all. So
yeah.
Hulk Hogan's in Three Ninjas, and like somebody, like I was with some people, and they looked at me like they watched wrestling, but they were not wrestling fans. Like me and a couple of my friends, like diehard wrestling fans. Everybody else was just, yeah, we know who that is. And they was like, "Ain't that Hulk?" I was like, "Yeah." You gonna watch that, ain't you? No, yeah, I'm not. It's like you go to watch it. You go watch it. I'm like, no, I swear I never seen Three Ninjas, bro. I couldn't do it.
I
just couldn't.
I got two Hulk Hogan memories. Like, first off, the way I started watching wrestling was because I didn't know what wrestling was. 1983, I must have been 8 or 9 years old. And I wasn't a wrestling fan, but I was a fucking Rocky fan, dude. I loved Rocky 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
Thunderlips.
So when Rocky 3 came out in 1983, I think I was 8. I think I was 8 years old. And I see Rocky 3, and they have this scene right in the pretty much beginning of the movie, dude, with him and Hulk and Thunderlips, and they kind of like planted that seed that wrestling was, because he fucking was pounding on Rocky. So I always thought wrestling was real, but then at the end, it's all just a show. That's the name of the game, Rock. And so Thunderlips just had this impact on me, dude. Like, man, that guy's fucking cool. Fast forward like 2.5 years later, and I'm fucking up. I'm 12 years old, 11 and a half, 12 years old. And I'm up late at night on a Saturday night, and I'm in my den, and I'm looking for something to watch. So I'm flipping the channels, and I come across this battle royal going on. Right, it was like my Sunday night wrestling or whatever. It was my wrestling challenge or whatever it was at the time. But I see this battle royal. I see Morocco's in there. Ace Bob Orton's in there. Mike Sharp's in there. Greg Valentine. There's a whole bunch of those early 80s WWE wrestlers. And I'm like, oh, this is that. And I had made the correlation. I go, that's that thing Thunderlips from Rocky does. I go, let me check this out. So I'm watching it, and I'm getting into it. I'm like, man, I could watch this. And I'm a kid going, this is cool. And then they go, the match ended or whatever. I went to commercial, and then they go, we got Mean Gene Okerlund telling you what's coming up at the Los Angeles Sports Arena. And I see Gene Okerlund for the first time, and he's talking, it's the end of the show. Actually, it was more toward the end of the broadcast, and he's all like, this week, Los Angeles Sports Arena, we have the world heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan taking on he's probably taking on like Morocco or somebody like that, right?
Mm.
And fucking Hulk Hogan fucking comes out, Mean Gene, blah blah blah, and I was, that's fucking Thunderlips, dude. I immediately ran. Got the fucking TV guide and started looking, when does this shit come on again? And from that day on forward, I don't think I've ever missed an episode of wrestling. I got this when I was 11 and a half years old, dude. I've had this is my second one. My second one I got because but they're still from that era. It was when because I used to fucking do the leg drop so hard that I fucking bent both his legs. Like
I had the one with in the yellow. I had the one in the yellow trunks and the yellow boots. And I think I told you I had them like 30 of them things, and I left them to my brother at my dad's house. And I went back one day, and they were gone to the Goodwill. I'm like, God dang it, all of them. But
does that actually say Terry Funk?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. This person, he said we're calling him Hulk Hogan, and they're bringing up the flawed person, but he said Terry Funk. His name Terry Funk died last year.
I think he's talking about Terry Bollea.
Yeah, Terry Bollea. Terry Funk's different altogether.
Yeah, well, newsflash, buddy, we're all flawed people. I'm
gonna let you tell your Hogan memories and all that stuff, Chris, and then I'm gonna get to that whole point because we had, I didn't have a incident. Chris did with somebody on the page. So I left it alone because I didn't want to. I just didn't want to get into it.
I didn't have it. I didn't let it get to an incident. I turned the comments off.
So that means it really got to you.
I didn't give it a chance to get much further. But as far as my memories of him, it's pretty much the same as both of you guys. I mean, as a young kid watching wrestling, I did see him in AWA when he was there. He was in Memphis Wrestling as him and Brutus Beefcake as the Boulder Brothers for a minute. Not a very long time, just a hot minute, basically. So I got to see some of that. Thunder Lips and Rocky 3, the rock and roll wrestling cartoon every Saturday morning.
I watched that faithfully.
Yeah, definitely watch that. And isn't it funny that in a cartoon about wrestlers that none of the wrestlers were voiced by the actual wrestlers?
The brother from Something About Raymond did a lot of those voices, right?
Yes. Yeah, he did. He did Hulk Hogan, I believe.
I think he might have done Andre too.
Maybe Andre. The guy, Uncle Phil, was the Junkyard Dog. You watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I don't remember many of the rest of them. It was funny for that though. The very first WrestleMania, I remember where I was when I watched it, and it was him and Mr. T. Saw him and Mr. T on Saturday Night Live. Saw Hulk Hogan on all the talk shows like Arsenio Hall and The Tonight Show and Letterman and all that. I mean, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, as much as some people may or may not like him, we wouldn't have wrestling that we have today. We don't. I mean, we might have the WWE as big as it is possibly, but a lot of things that he brought on wouldn't have happened. Like, how big would Randy Savage really have become if him and Hogan didn't have their thing and become the mega powers and stuff too? I mean, what if he didn't slam Andre the Giant in WrestleMania 3?
He made wrestling mainstream. He got wrestling crossed over.
I have this thing. A lot of people talk about their Mount Rushmore of wrestlers, right? I mean, I got 3 people that has to be on there because if it's a Mount Rushmore, that means these people had to have done something to better the business or move it forward or something like that. And Hogan is definitely on there. And the main 3 I've got are Hogan and Flair and Vince McMahon. Your 4th can be practically anybody you want it to be from any era, I guess. Make your choice of who your favorite is. But he is on there, no doubt, because he made wrestling a lot of what it is. How many other wrestlers made something big in 2 different decades with 2 different companies? And then still went to a 3rd company and was still entertaining with some of the stuff they had going on there. Impact.
Up until present time, dude, Hogan era TNA was the best shit that was going on.
A lot of good stuff with it. A lot of good stuff.
I thought content wise and creativity wise, I think they actually were better than WWE at the time. They just lacked the production value, But
and as far as Chris having a moment with somebody, I didn't let that moment go very far. Probably won't say the name of the person.
It's not how we roll.
Excuse me. But somebody had this great, awesome attitude that they made a comment of that I'll just leave unmentioned, and I went ahead and just turned the comments off and let it be at that.
Yeah, Chris, I've heard so much trash in the last like 72 hours, dude. I was like, really, man, it's like the bottom of the barrel decided to like poke their heads into like fucking the normal world, dude. It's like,
Yeah,
seriously, people are gonna say this or that, a lot of hypocrites. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of hypocritical, ignorant people.
I'm going to speak some things, and I want y'all to just bear with me. This is not going to be a long thing. It's just not.
Have your peace, man.
I'm speaking as a because of everything surrounding this. I'm speaking as a black wrestling fan. That's where I'm coming from. I'm a wrestling fan that just happens to be black. Okay, and the only reason I'm saying that is because of the surrounding circumstances. As we just sat here and said, I can't. There's nothing that can change the fact. No matter what he said or did, can change the fact that because of that man, I am watching wrestling or I'm doing a wrestling podcast. It's just a fact. Now, people are allowed to have their feelings. They can say whatever they want. But what I will not do, and because of how I was raised and because I was always taught you don't stoop to somebody else's level, no matter what it is. You don't stooping to their level doesn't make you any better. Now, I felt some kind of way when I heard what he said. I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up, because it was kind of fucked up.
It was.
But at the same time, I can't sit here and say, and this goes for any celebrity, right? I can't sit here and say I know this person because I'm a fan of him. I'm a fan of the character Hulk Hogan. I don't know Terry Bollea. Never met the man. I can't say. I can only go by what people who are like me says about him, because they were with him. They were working with him. They traveled with him, wrestled him, whatever. They had some type of dealing with him. The black wrestlers that I respect as a fan of wrestling respected him. They didn't say a bad word about him. They didn't use his death as a reason to promote anything. They thanked him, they respected him, and they told the truth about him. And that's Booker T, that's Mark Henry, that's Devon, Stevie Ray,
Teddy
Long. Black wrestlers I respect who I'm pretty sure we've interviewed Stevie Ray, Rob. He don't have a problem telling you what it is, whether you're dead or alive. He don't have a problem. We've heard it.
I remember pretty clearly him. Obviously that stuff with Hogan hadn't come out back then, but
right.
I remember him saying that, like, how was it dealing with Hogan? How was it dealing with Bischoff and the big wigs? And he'd be like, man, Hogan always cool to me. Hogan never did me wrong. Kind of things like that. He's the best ever. I think he said something. I'm not quoting him, but
now I would, like I said, I would respect Hogan, because, like I said, without him, we're not sitting here doing this. I don't condone whatever he said, but again, I wasn't there. I just heard a tape, and let's put it. If we're gonna really be real about this, if we're gonna be real with ourselves, that conversation has happened in white households and black households, Mexican households. That same conversation has happened. We just weren't recorded.
Yeah. True story. Yeah.
That conversation, if we're gonna be real about it, and we keep it real,
it's a cultural American.
I'm pretty sure, and we're fans of some Italian people, whether they be entertainers, athletes, or whatever. We're fans of an Italian person. In one of those Italian famous people houses, I'm pretty sure that same conversation happened. I guarantee it. In some black entertainment's household, I guarantee you that happened. That same conversation happened. If we're gonna keep it real, it's happened.
Keep it real.
They just weren't recorded. That's the only fucking difference.
Look at the Iron Sheik, dude. He openly said so many racist things, so many disparaging things against like people. I mean, he smoked crack, and yelled at his kids like on a live documentary did. I mean, Iron Sheik has done some fucked up shit, and he's beloved. You know what
People
I mean?
celebrated him.
He celebrated, man. He's like, he's an icon. I mean, he's a cult. He has a cult following almost.
And
But you
I
know,
don't know if I
Hogan
said that.
does these things, and he's like evil. He's like evil incarnate. He's like devil in the flesh, dude. I don't
Like I
get
said,
it.
I'm not condoning what he said.
No,
But
me
again,
neither.
I'm not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite about it either.
But I'm not
just
gonna
not
like,
gonna do
but no one, oh yeah, because he did what you just said, like everybody's done, and like what Iron Sheik did a million times. For that, he deserves to burn in hell. He's as bad as Chris Benoit. I mean, come on.
And I've said this to Chris. He said something stupid. I'm not gonna sit here and warrant death or celebrate somebody's death. That's at the end of the day, that's somebody's father, grandfather, brother, sister, husband, whatever.
But that video that you sent me, that guy on his podcast, I mean, he was pretty spot on stuff.
He said, you know, spot on, like you said. To sit here and celebrate somebody's death is something I just will not do. Did he say something fucked up? Yeah. But sitting here chanting or saying, oh, thank you, God, or he finally did whatever you said, whatever meme you put out there. Again, you can have your feelings. We're not mad at you for having your feelings and having your opinion about it. I got my opinion about it. But to take it to the next level and wish death on somebody, and these are the same fucktards that sit here and tell you, oh, Chris Benoit should be celebrated because so you can separate Chris Benoit, the wrestler, from Chris Benoit, the man that killed his family, but you can't separate Hulk Hogan, the man who said something to his daughter and his son, from the man who got you in the wrestling. That make sense to me.
Yeah,
you're gonna celebrate a man who killed his family and make all kind of excuses for it, but you're gonna wish death on a man who said a racial slur because he didn't. As far as I know, Hulk Hogan
or the society we live in today.
Turbulent ain't been messing with little babies and molesting children or raping nobody or killing nobody. I mean, only person he's fucked up is himself.
Yeah, I feel when you're looking at a guy like Hulk Hogan, dude, like, you know, what he's done, not only like for fans that adored him, you know, but he gave his family over the years, he gave them a very comfortable life, you know, able to do the fucked up things they've all been able to do. He provided that for them.
Let's not get it twisted. We're not sitting here saying Hulk Hogan was or Turbulent or whatever you want to call him. We're not sitting here saying he was an angel walking on earth.
No,
dude did some fucked up shit. Did he tell a few lies? Yes, he did. Did he exaggerate some shit? Yes.
Should we take a moment and list probably the top 5 or 10 or 50 probably wrestlers in our lifetime that have done messed up stuff that doesn't get brought up near as much?
And these guys, and you know what, I was thinking about this on the drive home, and guys that you just mentioned, thank you, Chris, dude, guys like Rick Rude, guys like Kurt Hennig, guys like Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, all these guys, seriously, they wouldn't have been household names without Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Rick Rude, dude. I mean, Rick Rude should have been a world champion. Dude, no one cared about Rick Rude. Rick Rude cared about when he had feuds. Hulk Hogan was the measuring stick, dude. Like you were talking about Randy. Same kind of thing.
Everybody said if you wanted to make money, try to be on the card with Hogan. Either you work with Hogan or you be on the card with him.
Bobby Heenan, dude, who like on screen was Hogan's biggest hater.
Mm-hmm. Bobby Heenan is, and he's one of the goats of managing. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
When it comes to managing or commentating, Bobby Heenan is at the top of both categories. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me Bobby Heenan didn't get rich.
Bobby Heenan said he got rich because of Hogan. That's why he followed him from AWA to WWE, and that's why he jumped ship on WWE when Hogan went to WCW, dude. Because he knew that Hogan was the golden goose, dude. Wherever he goes, there's gonna be eggs.
He's gonna shit. And if I'm on a card, if I'm on what they call the wrestling loop back in the day, I'm pretty sure if Hogan got that, I know I'm getting paid. It ain't gonna be what Hogan got, but I'm gonna get a bigger piece of the pie because I'm on a card. We made more money because of him. And like I said, we're not saying the man is an angel. We just giving him respect and giving him tribute because of what he did in the wrestling business. All that other stuff, like I said, I got my opinion. You got your opinion. Some of them might be the same. Some of them might be different. I'm a little different because I'm the black guy, so it hit a little different because of what he said. And I'm like, because that's up until that time, that was the guy. That was the guy. Then you hear that, I got mixed feelings. I'm like, damn, bro, like, damn,
That's
really? Why would you?
Really him?
It's like I don't know if you had that one good family member you thought was the greatest, like outstanding family member and the person you modeled your life, and you walk in the bathroom one day and see that person snorting crack. Like, God damn.
Oh man, why?
God damn.
That hurt my heart, man.
I really liked you. Like, I wanted to be you. And now you got to be an asshole. You got to be a crackhead. What the fuck, man? So that's what it was like. I'm like, and I ain't gonna lie, it took me a while to be like, man, I don't want to watch Hulk Hogan. I don't want to, because like, but then I had to think about it. Like, bro, like, how many times have I been around a white person that said that to black people because they were friends with black people? Like, I know white people who say that around black people because the black people accepted them as friends, and they think if we can say it, he can say it. He's one of us. He grew up around us. He says it too. And when Hulk said that, I'm like, yeah, I get that. I get that. It is. You go in any hood in America, there's a white guy who hangs around the black guys, and they allow him to say that word. I guarantee it. I've seen it with my own eyes. So when he said that, he's like, when I was coming up,
but it's a context too. It was not said in a positive,
it's content.
It was said in a vile way, and you know what? We're all people, and when we want to make somebody mad, we want to make it a point that
how to push the buttons.
You can't hold somebody accountable for doing a verbal, pulling a trigger in the verbals. You just can't. You got to look at their whole collective. You can't just judge them on the one instance of the one instance. You just
like
can't.
I said, that conversation is happening every night.
I'll say I'll say that I think Hulk Hogan in his life, with all the people he influenced as fans, as people he influenced as future professional wrestlers, people that he helped in the entertainment businesses, the 200 plus Make-A-Wish kids that he did interact with, all the charities and Hogan did more good in his life than bad. I would believe that.
I just wouldn't believe him if he told you, if he was sitting here today and, if he sit here today and told me, yeah, brother, I was about to go on tour with Metallica, I would have to look at you like, really? Was you really?
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so. We know that. We know you lying, right? We know you lying, Hulk. You're Hulk Hogan, bro. You ain't got to lie to me, Hulk. You Hulk.
That's like when Corey Feldman says that, like, Michael Jackson told him his song, "What About the Youth," could have been my number one hit.
Doesn't Corey Feldman think he's Michael Jackson?
He's like, so he says he said Michael Jackson told him, Corey, that's a number one hit. I'm going to take it to my producer tomorrow. We're going to get that out. We're going to make this song, and it's going to be number one. And Corey said, no, Michael, you're my friend. I don't want anything from you.
We also know Corey, both Corys have done a lot of drugs. They're liable to say anything. Rest in peace to the Ozzy. Rest in peace to Malcolm. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. This was a hell of a week for our childhood, fellas. I swear.
Yeah. The balls for real.
Let's lighten the show up. Let's get into this SummerSlam preview. Next week, SummerSlam is taking place. 2-night event. This is the first time they went 2 nights, right?
Yep, for SummerSlam.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a 2-night event.
Royal Rumble's next, I bet.
It's pretty safe to say we probably won't be doing a review to the following week because a 2-night event, and
Well, actually, next week, unfortunately, Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to a funeral, and I got to go back to work Sunday.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have the grandkid next week, so me and the grandkid will be watching.
I can't tell you, man, how good of a time. I had requested those days off. I can't tell you how good of a time it actually was doing that live stream for WrestleMania weekend. That was took WrestleMania to a different level, dude.
We're gonna have to do that again. I want to do that again for either SummerSlam or Royal
next
Rumble
big
or something
event,
like
let me know, and I'll try to request
that.
it off, especially if it's only a one-nighter.
SummerSlam.
Survivor Series be the next big one, won't it? That's
Yeah, that'll
SummerSlam.
be in November. Yeah.
So are we writing down our predictions and see how they're gonna turn out, or how we gonna do this?
I don't know. I don't. You know what?
Like I said, we're not doing this. We probably won't do a show next week, but we'll do the show.
You just start calling the matches out as you want, and I'll give you my thoughts because I don't know them all. I don't think.
I mean, if we're gonna write them down, we can write them down. It's cool.
I'll write them down. I got a pen.
I'll let Chris be the secretary today.
Oh. I better get more pay before this is over with.
No, that's it. I don't. Obviously, you've never been in management, Chris, because the people that do the most work get paid the less. That's just the way it goes, man.
Department management, does that count?
Chris acts like he never worked at Walmart. Like, you know damn well
I know how that works. Yes, I'm well aware of how that works.
The workers do more than the team leads. The team leads get more money. The team leads do more than the coaches. The coaches get more money. The coaches do more than the store managers.
The manager gets all the money.
Yeah, so that's how it works.
All right.
Let's. I don't know how we're gonna do. Let me think. I got to separate it. Match 1 and match 2. I mean, night 1 and night 2. Let's see if I got to pull it up here.
But while he's looking that up, I thought I'd figure I'd ask you, Chris, how's your leg?
How's what?
How's your leg?
My leg's fine.
Good. I just want to make sure, Ray.
I'm not getting into this. I'm not getting into this.
Thumbs up if your leg's good. Guess his leg ain't good.
I don't completely went over my head when you first asked me. I mean,
do I even want to know what this is about?
Thumbs up on leg, dude. I just want to know how your leg's doing. Is it healthy? Is the color good?
Oh shit! Yes, the color's great.
Yeah,
yes.
There's no bacteria. You're good. You're clean.
God damn it, you! Fuck is wrong with Rob?
Everything. What's not wrong with Rob is a better question.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so let me see.
All right, so get your graphic back up there now.
We
got
night 1.
I'm calling Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
You think so?
Yes, I'm gonna call it.
You know what? I'm gonna go with you. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I go
tag team titles.
I'll go. I'm going along with you guys on that one.
I'm gonna say Randy Orton and Jelly Roll beat Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I mean, it's Jelly. Jelly Roll's not losing, bro. Like,
I agree with you. So the only way that I think you might have to put a little asterisk next to this one, Chris. Get paid, earn your living. The only way I see the other team. The only way I see the other team winning is if Randy Orton turns on Jelly Roll.
Oh, that's not going to happen. I don't think so.
Rob predicts one crazy thing, and that crazy thing ends up damn.
And Otis is not coming out of the crowd and doing the worm either. So, are we all three in agreement on this one? Also, Orton and Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Gunther and Punk.
I'm sticking with Gunther because here's why. I kind of wanted to do that one last, but you brought it up. Here's why I'm sticking with Gunther, because Seth Rollins will not allow CM Punk to win that World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was thinking whether it's him coming out of there, hobbling down there to do something, or if they send the other two down there to stop him from winning.
What did I tell you? And people, I was the first to say it. I said it. I don't care who other podcasts or what other wrestling journalists came out. I think he might have hurt himself, but I think him being out is a setup for him to come back at SummerSlam. I said that when it first happened that same night.
Yeah. And so that kind of goes into my prediction is that I think CM Punk's going to win the match. I think Seth Rollins is going to walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam.
Oh, you went one step further. Okay.
Yeah.
You think Seth Rollins is going to cash in?
Yeah, I do. I think I don't think he's hurt, dude. I think it's a kayfabe. I think it's a kayfabe.
We haven't heard anything since he said he was getting an MRI.
Yeah. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Fucking, they're not calling Heyman the Oracle and shit, dude.
So he hasn't had any reports. Nobody said what it was. Nobody got any confirmation or anything. I'm pretty sure he's had an MRI by now. So yeah, nobody's reporting anything.
So Rob, you were saying neither Gunther or Punk. It's going to be Rollins coming in and cashing in.
Actually, it was like a combo. Like, you ever play pool? Like, I'm gonna hit.
You ever play pool? I'm cool.
Billiards. I'm sorry. Some people call it billiards. I'm thinking that I'm gonna hit that red ball. It's gonna bounce off that green ball and push that green ball in. I'm thinking that CM Punk's gonna win. I think he's gonna actually win the title, and I really think CM Punk's gonna pay.
All right, hold on. So Punk wins.
That's out there, I know. But it's SummerSlam. Something big has to happen. I'm
going. Gunther's going to keep the title, and Seth is either going to try to cash in and fail, or he's going to just distract Punk from winning.
I'm just going to say that Gunther's going to win because there's going to be some distraction from Rollins or his crew, one or the other, to cost him the belt. I don't think he's cashing in.
Okay.
Not at SummerSlam.
So we got three different. Somebody's going to hit big on that one. You might have to set up a parlay on that one. I think Jade will be the new women's champion. I think Jade's going to win that.
I'm going Tiffany on it. I don't know how they're going to like knock her off the pedestal. Like
Jade's going to punt kick her off the pedestal. That's how.
No,
well, you know that I'm going Tiffany.
I think Jade has fucking been doing phenomenal too. She's gonna have her time. I just don't think it's yet.
I'll tell you why I'm taking Tiffany Stratton though, because Naomi still doesn't want Jade to have anything.
Yeah,
and Naomi may cost her that, which leads to a feud between them two for Naomi's title.
You know what, dude? You just sucked that out of my brain from the far right recesses of it. Because I knew that, Jade has to lose for a reason. I don't see her losing totally clean. So I think you got something going on there. I think you got something.
I think Jade's winning, and the only time her and Naomi will meet is if they have a title versus title match. Other than that, I think that feud is done. Because Naomi's on on Raw now. Jade's still on SmackDown.
They can still do it. They can still cross over and do a trade of some sort. They do it all the time.
Yeah, I don't think
they could. I don't think
as far-fetched as it would have been a year or two ago.
They could do a trade, but I don't think they're gonna move her. They just put her on SmackDown this week or last week. So they just put her on Raw. Like, she's only been on Raw for 2 weeks. So I don't think they're gonna bring her back to SmackDown.
No, I mean Jade. Jade going to Raw possibly. If it comes down to it,
they could. You're right. They could do it, but I just, man, I don't think so. Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. I'm going Karrion Kross on this one. Karrion Kross needs a PLE win. I need my man to get a PLE win, man. He's got a lot of momentum behind him. He's moving merch. He's on an upswing. People are interested in it. They want him to do better, and I think the crowd will pop. Even though he's beating Sami Zayn. I'm not a Sami Zayn guy. I don't understand the appeal. I think he's all right. People are into him. It's just not for me. So yeah, I'm going.
I don't know. He's riding off the bloodline shit. That shit was gold. And then what he did afterwards, he did some good things. Yeah, it's kind of lost its steam. I get it, which is why I think they're doing this kind of thing with him and Karrion Kross. They must have some master plan for it. I'm really torn on this one. Because
don't be torn. Just know Karrion Kross is going to beat the shit out of him, pack Sami Zayn up, and get him out of here. That's what we're doing.
I think that's a possibility, but I also think there's a possibility that there's something. I think there's something going to happen in there. If I have to pick a winner, I'm going to agree with you. I think Karrion Kross needs a win, but I think Sami Zayn at this point in time kind of needs a win too. So I don't know. I'm going to go Karrion Kross just because.
Pack Sami Zayn up. Put him on a plane, send him back to Canada, and knock the price of the tariffs off. We'll send him back.
What's your problem with Sami Zayn?
I don't have a problem with him. My problem is I don't understand. I don't have a problem with him.
Is it his moveset? Is it his moveset? Is it the fact that he's never pinned anyone with that blue thunderball?
When I look at Sami Zayn, I don't I don't like. Oh yeah, I'm excited to see him wrestle. I'm not.
Sami Zayn does kind of bring the wind out of your sails a little bit when he comes on, don't he? You're like, other people out there, it's fun to watch. All of a sudden, we hear that music kick in. We're like, oh no!
I'll watch his match depending on who's having. Depending on who he had. Yeah, the song is dumb. I'll watch a match depending on who he's having a match with, but I'm not tuning in to see Sami Zayn. No.
So, I mean, I'm kind of torn on this one because I'd like
torn. You can't be torn.
I'm torn on it. I want Karrion Kross to win because he needs a good push and needs some attention brought to him again to get back there. Fans have been wanting it, but what usually happens? What did I say at WrestleMania? What usually happens when somebody is taking the worst end of the beating before it gets to the PLE? And what has Sami Zayn been taking week in, week out from Karrion Kross in that pipe?
Yeah,
the worst end of the beating.
So the receipt, you think in a normal situation, the receipt would be coming.
You would think so. I mean, I'm taking Karrion Kross because I want him to win, but I think Sami Zayn could get it because of that very thing.
I think this is kind of going to be all this shit back and forth they've been having. I think this is going to be I don't think it's going to be the end of their story. I think it's going to be the next chapter, the starting of the next chapter. So something's going to happen.
So who are you taking, Rob?
I'm taking Karrion Kross because but when I say that, it's because I think he may not win the match, but his plan is going to be the what wins, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we got Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and ain't no way in two hells Roman Reigns and Jey Uso is losing this match.
Not with Roman Reigns making his return. No,
we're not doing that. I think this will be a match that's better than people will think it is.
Yeah, dude. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, dude.
This might be a hell of a match. And the crowd. I don't know where it's going to fall on the match card because this is a pretty hefty match card. You look at this match card, bro, and I don't want to be that guy and do this, but I'm going to do it just because I know it's going to piss Chris off. You look at this match card, and just night one alone, and you put that up against an AEW pay-per-view, blows that shit out of the water, bro.
Well, they better do something to step up because that All In blew the crap out of what they had going on last time at Saturday Night's main event.
We here to win the war, not little bitty battles.
Yeah.
Well, then that must have been really good because I thought Saturday Night main event was like pretty good. It hit all the cylinders. And
Saturday Night's main event was awful.
I loved it.
That's not what you said.
It wasn't awful, but I mean, it wasn't great.
Don't do that.
It wasn't great. We didn't have this conversation. You go back and rewatch and see what I said. I think I said that it was all right, but it wasn't great at all.
But you just said it was awful.
And I said it was the worst of what was on TV all weekend, from Friday to Monday.
I know that's what you said last week, but now you just said it was just awful.
I said it was awful just to tick Rob off, but it was the worst.
You're being honest.
You're welcome. It was the worst of what happened that weekend, hands down.
Well, I mean, for a Saturday night, coming home from work and watch just wrestling. Very little interviews, very little promotion, and just straight up having some 3 or 4 wrestling matches. To me, I thought it was a nice dose of. I was very, very happy with it.
So, Rob, on the Reigns and Uso and Breaker and Reed match, you got Reigns and Uso or Breaker and Reed?
Well, obviously, I'm hoping that there's some kind of a. I'm going to say Roman Reigns and Jey Uso will win. But again, I think, I don't think it's going to be just that cut and dry.
Who gets pinned? Breaker or Reed?
I'm going to say Roman pins Reed.
I'll say Reed definitely is the one who gets pinned of the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got all that written down, right, Chris?
I got all that written down, yeah.
Thanks,
yes, boss.
Thanks, Big.
The The words of Robbie Cutthroat do not necessarily reflect the thoughts and
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Sometimes though.
Night 2. Let's go from bottom to top. Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I think Naomi wins this.
I don't see him taking the belt off her that soon. I mean, she just got it.
Okay. Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. Naomi loses. Io Sky retains. Then that fuels Naomi to interfere. Well, is this night 2?
This night 2, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then fuck all that shit. I think Naomi's gonna win then.
Oh god, they just threw that right out the window, huh?
I'm trying to size shit up, man.
A lot of people are wanting Rhea Ripley to get the belt back, but she doesn't have to have the belt to be over with the fans and be important. I mean, she's okay without it.
Yeah,
she can get it back eventually, but she don't have to have it right now. Io Sky, they said, a lot of people said Io Sky to them was just not. I mean, she's not boring to watch by any means, but something about her doesn't stand out as much as it does with the other two.
I don't know. I mean, as a precursor, whenever she wears those little booty shorts, she always does something phenomenal at a PPL.
PLE. What is a PPL?
Isn't that like a health plan?
Oh, that's personal protection lubricant. I'm sorry. My
Gosh. So I'm going Naomi.
PLE.
You going Naomi, Chris?
I'm going Naomi because I don't see her losing it so quickly. No.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go Io Sky regains.
All right, Io Sky.
All right, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
I like Lyra Valkyria.
I want Becky to win, but I got this damn strange feeling they're going to put this belt back on Lyra.
Yeah, I like Lyra for that one.
Yeah, I like Lyra for that one too.
So we're all three in agreement on that one.
Yeah, we're picking Lyra. Put begrudgingly next to my pick. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. Do you know every match on night 2 is a title match?
Yes, I see that. And I noticed that Julie said that earlier in the chat as well to acknowledge that real quick. SummerSlam should be good. I heard that night 2 is all championship matches, and it is. I mean,
Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu, U.S. title.
Fatu.
I want Fatu to win, but I got this strange feeling Solo Sikoa is going to keep it.
What does Solo have without the title? He don't have nothing.
I mean,
I'm going to pick Solo because I think they're going.
I'm saying Fatu because I want him to win, but I think Solo's going to win with help of his entourage, and they're building something up for a War Games match, which like between bloodlines again or something.
And I do think Big Jim will play a part in this match, but maybe we get the return of the other lower brother, or maybe he joins Jacob's side. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So we got Solo all around then.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know.
I'd rather Jacob Fatu win it, but I think
we'd all rather Jacob Fatu win it.
You guys
they got to build up to this a little bit more.
You guys all recognize that they are totally making Jacob with that last skit they did, dude, with the arrest and stuff. They're trying to do him a Stone Cold Steve Austin type character, dude. Maybe he don't win. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't win this. Maybe he doesn't win the title. Maybe he chases it a little longer. I'm gonna go Solo.
All right. I can completely see them doing something where with Solo winning this and Fatu not getting the belt back to where he ends up falling in place like with him and Jimmy falling in place back with Roman and Jay and having that bloodline, I guess, versus what Solo has for his at Survivor Series at that.
Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship.
AJ.
I'm gonna say Dominic gonna keep this one.
I think
I got Styles. You got Dom.
Because I don't think they're gonna lose. Because if they lose and the women's lose their tag team titles, I don't think they're gonna take all them belts out of. I'll tell you this. Oh, if on night one, if those women definitely lose that title, Dominic is definitely keeping that one. They're not gonna take all them belts out of Judgment Day like that.
Yeah, they obviously got a bigger story with Dominique and Finn Balor down the road.
And he just did something down with AAA with their title down there too. So
he like came out with like a disguise, right?
Yeah, so he's walking around with 2 titles. So
yeah, dude, Dominic Mysterio ain't losing that title to AJ Styles as much as I love AJ. It's Dominique's time right now. He's like the guilty pleasure in professional wrestling. People like love him, and I think he's getting over. And I don't think they're gonna stop his momentum right now. I really don't.
Nope. What do you think, Chris?
Oh, it's AJ Styles. I'm taking AJ Styles. I think they got to do something for him before he gets out of there. And this is not a major title or anything. I mean, it's not the. I mean, by saying it, it's not a world heavyweight title.
He's going to do something for them before he gets out of there. He's going to put Dominic over.
I think before he puts anybody over, I think he gets one more little run before he leaves. He's got plenty of time to put somebody else over. It don't have to be Dom. Dom's been put over already.
I think AJ's ran his course. I think I agree with Ray. I think he's now here to play that enhancement role.
Maybe I'm taking AJ Styles because I just want him to win. I don't know. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I had a bond with AJ Styles, dude. We started growing our hairs at the same time.
I think we're missing.
Except for his isn't
a
great.
match out of here. Didn't they just add a match on SmackDown? Didn't they just add a match?
Oh, the tag team title match.
Isn't it TLC?
It's a TLC match. Yes.
Yeah. Street Profits. Andrade and Phoenix.
Yes.
Who else?
DIY.
The
Motor City Machine Guns.
And then there's that team from NXT, the guy with the long hair and the mask dude.
Fraxium.
So is it 6 teams in there?
I don't think Street Profits are actually in it.
Oh no, they in it.
Are you sure? Yeah. I think that because I remember on the show they were saying that they weren't going to be in it.
Let me see.
Make sure. Fact check that. Thought they made it a point to say that they weren't in the match.
Well, let's see.
Maybe I was drunk.
The Wyatt 6, DIY, Street Profits, Fraxium, Machine Guns, and Andrade and Ray Phoenix. So it's a 6 tag team.
Yeah, there's no Profits, right?
No, the Profits.
No, they're in it. They're in it.
Yeah.
All 6 teams, man. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna try to take that to the next level, man.
You know what? Because I'm a Street Profits fan. I'm gonna go Street Profits. I know they're not gonna win it, but I'm pulling for them anyway.
See, this is one of those things where you got it hanging above the ring. Anybody can climb a ladder and get it at any time. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how tough a team you are. It's who's fastest up that ladder when it comes down to it, right? So
as long as DIY doesn't win it, can we just pack them up and send them out the way too?
I mean,
if they can take the Motor City Machine Guns with
them. There's one team there that I would really like to see win. I mean, I like the Wyatt 6, don't get me wrong. But in a way, I'd like to see Andrade and Ray Phoenix win. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah. Is that your pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
You know, that if there was a title change, I would agree with Chris. I just don't think there's going to be. I think the Wyatt 6, I don't think if they lose, I don't think that's in the, I don't see where they could go from there. So I think that Wyatt 6 need the tag team titles to be relevant right now. So I don't think they're going to lose.
I'm going Street Profits. Again, I know it's not gonna happen, but I'm riding with him anyway.
So that's your AJ Styles pick, like I did. You're just
Yeah,
riding
I
with
want
Team
them
Mark.
to win. God damn it!
I'm gonna wield in the victory.
I
All
want to
right.
see. I want to see Hawkins. I want to see him turn on the other dude. I think that the bigger dude would be a better bad guy by himself.
Which one? Okay, this I can't remember the Street Profits
Dawkins.
names. Which
Dawkins
one is it?
Ford. Dawkins.
Ford, Montez Ford. That's the one they were talking about. They said could be a good singles wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that would be better. That he'd be a better singles wrestler than a tag wrestler.
He's been great in like elimination chamber matches and like fucking. The guy's a phenomenal. He has explosive power. Kind of like reminds me of like a Logan Paul almost, with his flexibility and shit.
Yeah.
All right, last match is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight for the WWE World Heavyweight title. I said it since he got the title. John Cena's retiring with that title, so of course I'm picking him to win this match.
Go ahead, Chris.
I'm thinking because I mean I halfway agree with what he's saying about Cena retiring with it and running off with it in a way, but I'm trying to make up my mind here because I part of me thinks that Cody Rhodes is going to take it from him at this point, the way their little bit's been going. But it's a street fight; everything goes.
Yep.
So I'm
right there.
Does The Rock return? Does Travis Scott return?
See, this is what I'm getting at. I mean,
Gotta go-
I don't
all
think
that
The Rock is
shit
done with this. The Rock's
Yeah.
not done with all this.
Yeah, all that shit fucking started at WrestleMania, dude. You know, like I said this before. I go, it really hadn't gone nowhere, and then it kind of popped up a little bit, but then it's like Cena's out there by himself doing his thing, and so The Rock has this big old plan to like destroy Cody for I just don't. Yeah, I agree. I think that the street fight and no rules. I think that is going to play into John Cena winning.
I hope The Rock returns. I hope Travis Scott returns because I just want to see everybody be pissed off about it the next day.
Have you guys heard the theory that's floated around about the double change or the double turn? Not that I think it'll happen, but have you heard the little theory thrown out?
I've heard it. People that said it have no fucking idea what the hell they're talking about.
What the only kind of cool thing about their theory or the one that I heard anyway.
That was Rhodes is going to go heel and Cena's going to go face.
Yeah, they're trying to say a double flip there as far as that goes. But the only cool thing that sounded cool about it was looking like that Cody Rhodes. I mean, like John Cena, I think was going to hesitate or something, and The Rock was going to step to him to I guess do something to him, and Cody was going to get in between them.
Yeah, he was going to screw The Rock.
And then they do the same thing that Cena did.
Yeah, he's going to screw Cena.
Yeah, the Rock gives the little symbol, to him, and then Cody does something to Cena, and now it's a complete flip flop. I don't think that's too, in my opinion, too wild of a thing to happen. I don't think they go that far with it.
Yeah, that is out. That's something I would come up with, but
that's almost Otis coming out of the crowd doing the worm crazy. Okay,
this is why you don't let fans book. Right there. So I'm picking John Cena. Like I said, he's retiring with that title.
There's a story. There's a story that has yet to be finished there. Yeah, well, it's not Cody getting it back at SummerSlam, in my opinion.
But, so we all almost have the same picks. We agree on a lot of this pay-per-view, unlike WrestleMania. So do you want me to run down real quick to remind everybody what we've said?
Sure.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we've got all three of us have Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair winning the tag titles from Judgment Day. We all three have Orton and Jelly Roll. Me and Mr. KS have Gunther and Rob. You've got Punk with Seth coming in, cashing in on him.
It's a bonus point.
We got let's see, Rob and I have Tiffany Stratton. Mr. KS took Jade. We all three say Karrion Kross because we're tired of Sami Zayn.
Hey, I got a question. No, hey, before you go there. Yeah, I just can't. My brain just fucking got fired up on something. Maybe I coughed a little bit. I got a little hit. There's something about what if Seth Rollins cashed in on whoever wins between Cena and Cody?
And he could. He could.
That would just, yeah. Good God.
That would be
Rob, why
crazy.
Why did you put that out there? God damn it.
Can you imagine though?
I'll tell you what, if Seth don't show up on night 1, that's all I'm gonna be thinking about night 2.
Okay, let's just say this now. If that happens, we're giving him a bonus point.
That's awesome. Am I frozen?
Yes, you're frozen.
Yes, see if you can leave and come back in.
No, it's all right. Oh, well, we're about to clear up.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see here. Let me try here. I'll be right back.
Yeah. He can't even leave.
There he goes.
If Seth
Good, he's gone. Let's talk about him now.
If Seth don't show up night 1, good God, that's gonna be in my fucking head all night.
It'll be in your head for sure, no doubt. All of our we'll be laughing. All of us just messaging back and forth. Can you believe this? He's gonna show up.
At that point, I'm be like, Rob, who do you know? Who the fuck do you know, Rob? Because he pulled some crazy ones out his ass, and they don't make no sense until the show happens. He's like, God damn it, Rob might be on to something. So there he
Robert
is.
Miller joins. There he is. All right, where did we leave off at? Other than your bold prediction you got there.
You were running down, running down the picks. We
all got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso winning because there's no way Roman's losing his first PLE back. Mr. KS and I have Naomi. Rob has Io Sky winning the belt back. We all three have Lyra Valkyria winning, getting her title back. We all three have Solo winning. I took AJ Styles. Y'all took Dom. I picked Andrade and Phoenix. Mr. KS took Street Profits, and Rob stuck with the Wyatt 6. And we all three said Cena.
Yeah, sounds like we're gonna have a lot of the same wins and losses.
Either happies or sads.
Yeah, for some of them, yeah, happies or sads. Because if Sami Zayn win, I'm not. I want to say this because I want to sound just as retarded and stupid as some of these wrestling fans. If Karrion Kross loses, I'm not watching Monday Night Raw ever again.
I know exactly who you're imitating right now. Is it just me, or is Sami Zayn, does he feel like he's not really, I don't want to say the word relevant, but does it feel like he didn't have anything good going on if it's not with Kevin Owens?
Pack him up and send him back to Canada, man. We'll pay the tariffs. Right.
That's a good point. There was a lot of heat. I don't mean heat like in a bad way. There was a lot of fire going on around him. A lot of happening things, and it was always revolved around Kevin Owens. When that kind of fades out, yeah, I kind of see what you're saying, and I know that Kevin Owens' injury, kind of like stifled a lot of. I think the storyline they might have had going forward. So.
I think they've worn Sami Zayn out, though, because they keep, and when I say worn him out, they do the same thing with him every time. They let somebody beat the crap out of him, break his ribs, hurt his back, the severe underdog coming back all the time.
Break a neck.
You've kind of worn that angle out with him. Just give him a little rest let Karrion Kross win and do something to put him out for a while. Give Sammy a break, or give us a break from Sammy. However you want to look. Or
turn Sammy into another character. That's more, maybe a little bit.
Put him under a mask, and we'll have a match at the next PLE of El Grande Americano versus El Generico.
Oh God! Now, see, this is what happens when the show goes longer than an hour. This is what happens. them crazy ass ideas come out.
Tell me you wouldn't watch it.
I got one more, dude. I remember I was going to be on the show a few weeks back, and I was telling you guys I had a theory about something that I wanted to talk about. So
yeah,
I know we're nearing the end of it. So I'll give you guys, I'm going to say it, and then you guys can tell me what you think, and then we stew on it. And the next time we talk, maybe it'll maybe like you guys have pondered on it for a little bit. I just noticed, dude, especially on Netflix and even on SmackDown, the name WWE seems to be getting shrunken a little bit. It's like you don't see the WWE logo as much. It's not on the ring, center of the ring. You see it like on the Titantron, and you see it around around the rings and the LEDs and stuff. And I think you see little small ones on the turnbuckle. I'm going to make a prediction. In the next 2 years, TKO is going to be phasing out, I think, what we think of WWE. I think it's going to become I've already heard wrestlers referring to, TKO. I've heard it in promos. They refer to TKO. I think the name TKO is going to take over what we think of as WWE.
That's a deep dive, and I
think I don't think it's going to be abrupt. I think it's going to be a gradual phase.
I 50% agree with you, but I think it's going to be done a different way. And like I said, that's a whole different conversation. But I 50% agree with you.
Ponder.
Yeah,
man,
I'm not going
to talk about it later.
I'm not going to touch it tonight.
That's an hour-long conversation.
I knew when I put the ball in my hand and I said I'm going to wind it up.
Hey, listen, Rob.
And I've liked the fact that I actually had a couple of weeks to kind of test my theory and kind of observe. And the first night I noticed it was about the day before I made that thing saying, I got something I think I want to bring up. And since then, I haven't seen really anything to make me say, I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. So,
if you think I get him all riled up sometimes with some crazy stuff toward the end of the show and we go an extra 15, 20 minutes, you're going to have him hung over for the next 45 minutes for sure.
TKO is going to be, I think, a term people of next generations are going to be using. I don't think WWE is going to be around too much longer.
Well, think about it's. I will say one thing. WWF, WWE, and now it's moving on to something else possibly. It's gradually over the years changed a little here and there, and with the changes, kind of brought new names. Now we know they went from WWF to WWE because of the lawsuit with World Wildlife Federation, but still,
it was more of what McMahon wanted. He wanted it to be more of an entertainment company and less of a wrestling promotion.
Because that was the time when he also came out and said, we all know wrestling is fake.
Yeah.
We don't want to insult your intelligence.
And my thing with it is like, WWE, WWF, global brands. But these guys want to take it into the future. And with taking things into the future, you got to have innovation. And I think that they would do well. They in their minds are saying they would do well. Maybe we'll do well to like put the history of WWE, like we have the legacy, but like the history of WWE and all the negative connotations with the name, do away with it and kind of like start, you know what I mean? Do you feel what I'm saying? Kind of like a reset. Like, because WWE, all the great things we grew up with, but in politics and in the mainstream medias and the way things are presented, WWE, Vince McMahon, there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of what's the word? There's a lot of bad things that are connotated with it. When you're making money, you always like to erase those things. You only want good. You don't want bad.
I'll give you that.
All right, fellas. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Again, rest in peace to all the fallen ones we lost this week. And we'll just we won't be doing a show next week, but the following week we'll review. We'll get back to these picks and see where we're at. And we will touch on what Rob just threw out there.
1, 2, 3. Woke up, baby.
This is not how I pictured Rob ending the show today, but okay. Rob wanted to play with
Leg
himself.
drop.
Rob is playing with himself, and I think it's time to go off the air now.
And still.
Yeah. Again, thanks, fellas. I am Mr. KS. That is Robbie Cutthroat, and that guy over there.
Me.
That guy. He's legendary in his own mind. Fun boy Chris. This is Front Row Wrestling Podcast, and we are, if I can find the daggone button, here we go. We are out.